Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the session. I hope you all can hear me.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. The topic for today is the position of adverbs. We've discussed the position of adjectives in the past. Today we'll look at the position of adverbs. We'll just wait for a couple of minutes, allow everyone to join, and then start.
Happy Women's Day, sir.
Happy Women's Day to everyone. Yes, absolutely. Guys, I've sent the invite. Please click on the link and join. There are some names I was checking. You all were trying to join but kept getting disconnected. Please check your connection. Okay, yes, let's start. Yes, welcome everyone and happy Women's Day to all the ladies. Let's start with the first slide. We know what adverbs are. Okay, adverbs are nothing but the words that are unique in a sense in the English grammar, in the English language. Adverbs are unique, a unique part of speech because they not only modify other verbs, adjectives.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. But can also modify an entire sentence, phrase. Okay. So yesterday we spoke about the different adverbs, right? We covered adverbs of manner, time, okay, degree, frequency, place. Okay? These were the adverbs that we discussed yesterday. Today we will have a look at the position of the adverbs. Okay. Okay. Let's start with the first slide. Tarup, go ahead, read the first slide, please.
Adverb of
Good evening,
manner.
sir.
Good evening.
Adverbs of manner tell us how something is done. Examples of adverbs of manner are nicely, slowly, beautifully, carefully, meticulously, sir, meticulously, awfully. These adverbs come after the direct object or after the verb if there isn't any direct object. Example, he completed the task efficiently. The adverb of manner efficiently comes after the direct object, the task. Second, he wrote the exam carelessly. The adverb of manner carelessly comes after the direct object, the exam. She sang melodiously. The adverb of manner melodiously comes after the verb song. Note: a direct object is a noun or pronoun that receives the action of a verb in a sentence. An indirect object is really a prepositional phrase in which the preposition to or for is not stated but understood. It tells to whom or for whom something is done.
Yes, so a couple of words here. Meticulously basically means something that is done with great detail. एकदम ध्यान से पूरी बारीकी से जिसे कोई भी काम करते हैं उसे कहते हैं कि I've completed or he completed the task meticulously. Meticulously means something that is done with great attention to detail, very thoroughly. Okay. Slowly, beautifully, carefully, we know. Awfully means in a very bad manner. Okay, awfully. So basically something that is awful, extremely, or something that is very badly or atrociously done, terribly. Okay, these are the synonyms of the word awfully. Okay, all right, just give me a minute, guys. I'm still adding some of our learners. Please go through the slide while I add our learners.
There is one mistake in this slide.
What is the mistake? What is the mistake?
Indirect object and object of preposition are both are different. Here it is mentioned like indirect object is a object of preposition, but both are different.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand your point. It says a direct object is a noun or a pronoun that receives the action of a verb in a sentence. Indirect object is a prepositional phrase in which the preposition.
No.
Yeah.
Indirect object is not a prepositional phrase. Indirect object is different, and object of preposition is different.
We'll look at the examples and we'll understand what is the explanation given here. Give me a minute. All right. So adverbs of manner tell us how something is done. We know that, right? So here the examples are given, something that is done, nicely, slowly, beautifully, carefully, meticulously, awfully. These adverbs come after the direct object or after the verb if there isn't any direct object. Okay. So now here it says he completed the task efficiently. The adverb of manner efficiently comes after the direct object, the task. Okay. So you ask yourself a question: how did someone complete the task? The reply is he completed the task efficiently. Kis tarah se kiya? Simple question. Keep it simple. How did someone complete the task? He completed the task efficiently. मतलब बहुत सही तरीके से किया, efficiently किया. He wrote the exam carelessly. इसलिए अच्छे marks नहीं आए. That's why probably failed. So the adverb of manner carelessly comes after the direct object, the exam. So what is it that he did carelessly? The exam. Okay. So obviously the किस तरह से किया वो आप क्या किया उसके बाद ही आएगा, right? So here what is the thing in question? The thing in question is the exam. In the first one, the thing in question is the task. Okay. So obviously the comes after the direct object, the exam. Subject obviously is he in both the sentences. She sang melodiously. बहुत ही खूबसूरत आवाज है, very soulful, very melodious. So how did she sing? She sang melodiously. So the direct object is a noun or a pronoun that receives the action of a verb in a sentence. Okay, receiving the action of a verb in a sentence. An indirect object is really a prepositional phrase in which the preposition to or for is not stated, but it's understood. किसके लिए किया? It tells to whom or who, or to whom or for whom something is done. What is wrong with the sentence, Karthik? I don't understand. What is the mistake in the sentence?
Actually, the last line is correct. It tells to whom or for whom something is done, but the remaining part is incorrect. I will give you an example. He wrote me a letter with a pen. Here, with a pen is a prepositional phrase, and me is a indirect object. Letter is the direct object. So the object which comes after preposition is called object of preposition, and indirect object is different, object of preposition is different. Indirect object is not a part of prepositional phrase.
I don't agree with you completely. Your example is what? He wrote me a letter with a pen.
Yeah, means, and one also, sir, the object which is part of prepositional phrase is called as object of preposition. It is not the indirect object.
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with what is mentioned here. An indirect object is really a prepositional phrase in which the preposition to and for is not stated. This is giving a different example to what you told me. Your example is completely different to what is mentioned here.
And there are two kinds of objects, sir. Object of verb and object of preposition.
Here it's talking only about the prepositional phrase. Yes, that's correct.
And indirect object and direct object are objects of verb only, whereas the object of preposition is the part of prepositional phrase.
No, this is given in reference to the adverbs that we are discussing here. You're talking about the common way of looking at the direct object and the indirect object. Here, it is given in reference to the topic that we are discussing. So I don't think there's anything wrong with this statement. What you're giving me is in reference to the direct object and indirect object, looking at all different parts of speech. Here, it's talking specifically in relation to the examples given here and in terms of the placement of the adverb of manner, or in terms of the placement of the adverbs that we are discussing here.
Okay, sir, you can continue.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably, when we do the prepositional phrases or the, the prepositional phrases or the direct object and indirect objects, we can discuss that, elaborate. So yes, this is what it is in terms of this particular topic. If we come across sentences that relate to this, we'll probably look at it. Okay. All right. So I hope everyone's clear with this part, the first adverb of manner here, where it talks about simple, keep it simple. without complicating it, just ask yourself, किस तरह से किया, आपको पता चलेगा what is the answer. किस तरह से task complete किया, यहाँ पर task is what is the object here in this case. Task किस तरह से किया, efficiently किया, बहुत सही तरीके से किया, completely काम किया, अच्छा काम किया. एग्जाम किस तरह से लिखी, केयरलेसली लिखी. केयरलेसली लिखी मतलब बिल्कुल ध्यान नहीं दिया, इसलिए probably the result would have been that the person did score great marks or probably failed. किस तरह से गाया, बहुत ही melodiously, सुर में गाया एकदम. So you ask yourself a question, how did someone did something, that how is what is used as the adverb of manner, किस तरह से किया. Okay, just to give a Hindi kind of an explanation relating to the, how we would ask in Hindi, that is something that you can relate to when you talk about the adverbs of manner. Now look at some examples, and then we'll probably have some more explanation in terms of other adverbs, other types of adverbs and their placement. Okay. Who just read? Tarup, go ahead, read the next one as well, the exercise.
Yes, sir. She painted the wall beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah, she painted the wall beautifully. Now, if Tarup, this question is for you, so I want you to answer. If I were to use this sentence as she beautifully painted the wall, is the sentence grammatically correct?
No, sir.
Why not?
Because adverb in this sentence, adverb comes before main verb paint. So that's
No,
why.
first question is my sentence grammatically correct or no? She beautifully painted the wall. Is my sentence correct or no, grammatically? I'm not asking about the meaning. First question is the sentence grammatically correct or no?
I think yes, sir.
Yes, fine. So what is the difference? Now tell me, what is the difference between this sentence and my sentence? Just to give everyone an example as to how the placement of the adverb changes the meaning of the sentence. First sentence, she painted the wall beautifully.
In this sentence, adverb comes after the main verb paint, as we discussed in previous slide.
Direct object wall.
Yes, that's fine. Just a minute, Karthik. Let her complete. Yes. So sorry, Taru, I didn't hear you clearly. What your voice was
Beautifully,
breaking.
the adverb comes after the main verb paint.
And the object, yes, the wall. Yes. So
Yes,
what is it that is in question here? The wall is in question, right? So she painted the wall beautifully. Matlab wall ko jo hai beautifully paint kiya. And what is the meaning of my sentence, Taru? She beautifully painted the wall. What is the meaning of my sentence?
उसने जो पेंट किया उसे अच्छे से किया.
Okay, yeah. So she basically, like my sentence is like, for example, if I say she does sing beautifully, okay. So basically, when I say she beautifully painted the wall, I'm talking about that person here in this case who beautifully painted the wall. I'm not talking about how beautiful the painting of, it's understood that when I say she beautifully painted the wall, basically means that the wall would have also been, done justice to. But what I'm trying to emphasize here is that the person beautifully did something, right? But in this sentence, it's more clear. So the reason I gave that example is if you are talking about the object, that something has been done to that object, we use the adverb after the object here, in this case, wall, obviously. So she painted the wall beautifully is correct, rather than saying she beautifully painted the wall. She beautifully painted the wall would be about her manner in which she painted the wall. Similar meanings, but to be clear about the meaning that you're conveying, my sentence is also not grammatically incorrect. It's grammatically correct. She beautifully painted the wall. There's nothing wrong in that. उसने दीवार को खूबसूरती से रंगा. इसका हिंदी translation यही होगा. But probably, the meaning is a little vague because the speaker might be saying that her manner of painting the wall was beautiful. Okay, but here what I'm talking about is that yes, the wall was painted in a beautiful manner is a little more clear rather than saying her manner of painting the wall was beautiful. Okay, good.
Yes,
well done. Good explanation. Thank you. Vipul, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vipul, go ahead. Read the next slide. Form a correct sentence.
She dealt with the problem very methodically.
That's correct. Methodically. She dealt. Deal नहीं होगा, ये dealt है. Dealt. Past में है. Yes. She dealt with the problem methodically. What is the meaning of the word methodically?
Another type से problem को, another method से problem को.
अदर मेथड नहीं होता है. मेथड का methodically का मतलब होता है एक in an orderly और a systematic manner. एक systematic way में किसी चीज को हम करते हैं तो उसे मेथोडिक कहते हैं. मेथोडिकल कहते हैं. बेसिकली मेथोडिकल बेसिकली मींस इन हिंदी
ढंग से किसी को
एग्जैक्ट एक सही तरीके से कुछ करना. एक सही तरीके से कुछ करना, एक बाकायदा जिसे कहते हैं हिंदी में बाकायदा करना. दैट्स कॉल्ड सिस्टमैटिकली एंड मेथोडिकल. Orderly or a well organized, a well thought out or planned manner is called methodical. So when I say he is a methodical person, basically means that he is someone who does everything in a orderly manner or is very efficient. Efficient is also one of the synonyms. So she dealt with her problem very methodically. मतलब कुछ problems थी उसको, उस problems के साथ उसने बहुत ही organized और बहुत ही efficient तरीके से उसके साथ deal किया basically. So she was able to deal with her problems in a very methodical manner. Okay, go ahead, read the next one.
Everybody everybody very much enjoyed the
very
party.
much enjoyed नहीं हो सकता है ना. Everybody enjoyed. उसके बाद complete कीजिए. Everybody enjoyed. What did they enjoy?
Very.
What did they enjoy? क्या enjoy किया? क्या है object? क्या है यहाँ पर?
Everybody.
Party है ना object?
Yes sir. Everybody the party enjoyed.
कैसे होगा ये सेंटेंस? आपका सेंटेंस ग्रामेटिकली करेक्ट है. ध्यान से पढ़िए क्या लिखा है. Everybody
enjoyed the party very much.
Simple. क्या डाउट है? There shouldn't be any doubt. This is a very simple sentence. क्या enjoy किया? Party enjoy की. किस तरह से? बहुत ज्यादा. So everybody enjoyed the party very much. What is the doubt?
So select the choice. Not sir. Option not select in your correct.
No, that's fine. ऑप्शन सिलेक्ट करने की बात नहीं, मैं आपके सेंटेंस की बात कर रहा था. जो आपने दो सेंटेंसेस कहे वो सेंटेंस ग्रामेटिकली इनकरेक्ट थे. द प्लेसमेंट वाज नॉट राइट. सो आप कभी भी whenever you are in doubt, when you look at the words, always look at the words given and understand कि ऑब्जेक्ट क्या है इनमें से. स्पीकर जो है वो किस चीज के बारे में बात कर रहा है. यहाँ पर क्लियर है कि पार्टी के बारे में बात कर रहा है और दो चीज है. दूसरी चीज है कि क्या हुआ, सबने बहुत एंजॉय करी. सो सबने बहुत एंजॉय किया. सो ऑब्वियसली किस चीज को एंजॉय किया? Party को enjoy किया.
Yes,
exactly. So everybody enjoyed the what? Everybody enjoyed what? The party. How? Very much. So two questions. What did they enjoy and how did they enjoy? You get your answer. They enjoyed the party. How? Very much. Okay. So everybody enjoyed the party very much. That's the correct answer. All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Ajanta, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Read the next slide.
Adverbs of place. Adverbs of place.
Just a minute. Sorry. I hope everyone's clear on the adverbs of manner and the placement. Okay. So just remember two things: object, then the manner. Okay. Object and then the manner of how you did something or how something was done. Okay. Object and manner. You ask yourself a simple question: क्या हुआ और किस तरह से हुआ? Simple. So sang beautifully, sang melodiously, enjoyed the party very much. Okay, go ahead. Ajanta,
Adverbs of place. Adverbs of place tell us where something is done. Examples of adverbs of place are here, there, behind, above. Adverbs of place are like adverbs of manner. They also come after the direct object or the verb if there is no object. Example, I will meet him there. The adverb of place there comes after the direct object him. The priest sat here. The adverb of place here comes after the verb sat.
Very good. Yeah, this is probably one of the easiest ones. Says adverb of place. Obviously, kahan par baithe, something that obviously will it comes after the kaun kahan par baitha. Simple as that. So or the verb if there is no object. So agar object nahi hai, to सीधा verb के बाद आएगा. I will meet him there. The priest sat here. So where did the ask yourself a question? Always in grammar, the best practice is ask yourself a question. You get a correct answer. Where will I meet him? I will meet him there. Okay. Where did the priest sit? The priest sat here. Okay. So जगह के बारे में बात कर रहा है here and there. Now we'll look at some examples with the adverbs of place in this case. Okay. Ajanta, go ahead, read the next one. Rather, the adverbs of time. Just go ahead, read the explanation.
Yes, sir. Adverbs of time. Adverbs of time tell us when and at what time something is done. Adverbs of time are usually placed at the end of a sentence. They can also be used at the beginning of a sentence followed by a comma. Example of adverbs of time are recently, now, then, today, tonight, tomorrow, and yesterday. Yesterday. Example, I will show you the dress tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will show you the dress.
Both are fine in this case. You are emphasizing on tomorrow in the second sentence. I'll show you the dress tomorrow is also fine. Tomorrow, I'll show you the dress is also fine. Just remember the comma is supposed to be used. So adverbs of place and time. Place is about what? Where? Kahan par. And adverb of time. Time is about what? When. Kab. Okay, when in terms of the time. So here, kahan or kab. That's the two things. Basically, one is about the place. Where did something happen? Here, adverbs of time. I will show you the dress tomorrow. What will be the question? The question will be, when will you show me the dress? I will show you the dress tomorrow, or tomorrow I will show you the dress. So both are fine. You can use at the beginning of the sentence or at the end. The meaning stays the same. Okay. All right. Let's continue with Aryan. Can you hear me? Aryan, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Read the next slide.
Adverbs of frequency. Example of adverbs of frequency are always, never, seldom.
Seldom. Kabhi, kabhi. Yes, seldom.
Seldom, usually, occasionally, frequently. Adverbs of frequency come before the main verb except the main verb to be. Example, first, I occasionally visit my uncle. Second, I have often seen him pass by the alley. Third,
By the alley.
alley.
Yeah.
Third, they are seldom at the church. Occasionally, sometimes, often, frequently, and usually can also got at the beginning or at the end of a sentence. Example first, sometimes they visit him. Third, I miss him occasionally. Rarely and seldom can also go at the end of sentence, often with very. Example 1, we see them rarely. Second, she eat fish very seldom. We do not use adverbs of definite frequency, daily, weekly, at the beginning of a sentence. Example, monthly, I get paid.
Correct.
Second, I get paid monthly.
So second one's correct. Yeah. So you see, the adverbs of frequency are an interesting one because generally, they usually go in the end position. How did someone eat? Someone ate quickly. How did he, how did, or let's say, when did someone do, or when does he visit us? He visits us weekly, okay, or monthly, basically. Or like here, the example given here, daily, weekly, okay. So adverbs of frequency can generally come at the end position. However, they can sometimes go in the mid position if the adverb is not. Two things, remember this: when the adverb of frequency is not the most important thing, or if the object is too long. Okay, object is very long. Like for example, if I were to give you this sentence, he ate quickly and, or he ate his, or he had his lunch, or he ate his lunch quickly and ran out. Okay, he and ran out मतलब जल्दी से खाना खाकर भाग गया. यहाँ पर इस सेंटेंस में मैंने I've used the adverb in the middle of the sentence. Okay, why is it that I've used it in the middle of the sentence? Because that is not the most important part of the sentence. What is the most important part of the sentence? What am I trying to convey? That the person ran out. Okay, the person ran out. मतलब ये जो है लंबा सेंटेंस है, इसमें मैंने बीच में यूज किया है एडवर्ब को of the manner, sorry, of the manner rather, not the frequency. I was talking about the manner, not the frequency. Just to give you an example where we can use in the middle as well. To start with, the first one that we spoke about. Now we'll look at the
seldom means sir.
Seldom मतलब कभी-कभी. Karthik, I see your message, but I'll not be able to answer on it right now. We'll complete this topic. We'll discuss this probably some other time. Okay. Otherwise, I'll lose focus of the topic and others will get confused. Okay. So, yeah, thank you. So, seldom का मतलब होता है कभी-कभी, rarely, जो बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं हो. Okay. So, the first example that I gave you all is terms of the manner of the. So, ignore this particular slide. Adverbs of frequency will come later. First, we're talking about the adverb of manner. Okay. So in my sentence, the first sentence was she ate quickly. Generally, the adverbs of manner come at the end of the sentence, but I can use it in the middle position when the object is very long, or if the meaning that I'm trying to convey is not of the that is not the most important thing. The other important thing is that the person ran out quickly. Okay. Now we spoke about the next one. We spoke about is place. Okay. So place, again, generally at the end of the sentence, can you come over here, will be at the table there. Sometimes you can, or what was the example given here in terms of the place? I will meet him there, end mein aaya, the priest sat here, okay, comes at the end of the sentence. However, you can use in the front position, okay. Sometimes you can use it in the front position while writing, okay. Like for example, let's say if I were to say outside, comma, there was a garden. Okay, I can use this sentence. There's nothing wrong in the sentence. These kind of statements, they are generally used when you write, when you don't speak. There's a difference in written context, because written लिखी हुई लैंग्वेज में आप जब लिखते हो तो आप बहुत अलग अलग तरीके से लिख सकते हो. आप एक फ्रेज की तरह लिख सकते हो, एक पोएट्री की तरह लिख सकते हो. यू आर writing in a very descriptive kind of a manner. There are different ways of writing, right? So in that particular thing, you can use the adverbs of manner at the beginning of a sentence if you are, you of place at the beginning of the sentence, because you are probably trying to convey something in a poetic manner. Okay, so that's when you can use. Or let's say, for example, even in poetry, like if you come across here she sat, लिख सकते हो उसको, कोई issue नहीं है. Here she sat. Okay. But generally, when you are writing, not when you speak. When you speak, comes at the end of the sentence. This is just, I'm giving an example where, yes, generally it's at the end of the sentence, but sometimes you can use at the middle or the beginning of the sentence. Now we are talking about time, okay? Time ko bhi generally use at the end of the position. However, time can go in the front position if you want to do what? If you want to emphasize the adverb. But इस sentence में यही फर्क है कि I will show you the dress tomorrow. इसमें मैं जो जोर दे रहा हूं वो tomorrow पे नहीं दे रहा हूं. लेकिन second sentence में शायद अगर question ये हो कि आप मुझे कब दिखाओगे ड्रेस, मैं काफी टाइम से वेट कर रहा हूं, तो आपका emphasize करने का या जोर देने का ये हो सकता है कि tomorrow I will show you the dress. लेकिन पहले sentence में वो एक general kind of sentence है, general sentence where the speaker is probably highlighting himself, okay, as the emphasizing on I will show you the dress tomorrow. किसी ने आपसे पूछा कि मुझे कौन दिखाएगा ये ड्रेस, मुझे कौन दिखाएगा, मैं बोल रहा हूं 3-4 जन के बीच में से I will show you the dress tomorrow. So I is what is being emphasized, or the act of showing the dress is being emphasized on. But in the second sentence, tomorrow I will show you the dress, tomorrow is the adverb जिस पर जोर दिया गया है. So इसको आप पहले भी यूज कर सकते हैं, एंड में भी यूज कर सकते हैं. Okay. Now the adverb of frequency, okay? The frequency here, it says they usually go in mid position, sometimes go in front position, they can also go in end. So that's what I meant, that the adverbs of frequency are a little tricky, where you need to determine what is the meaning of your sentence and then understand. Aryan, you read the sentences. You read this slide. Can you just read the examples, only the sentences?
Sir, which example?
जो examples दिए 1, 2, 3 उसे पढ़िए. Only the sentence. Don't read the explanation. Just read the sentences.
I occasionally visit my uncle. We have often seen him pass by the alley.
Alley, basically
They
gully.
are
Yeah.
seldom
Passage.
at the church.
Church. Yeah, very good. Thank you. That's it. So here it says comes before the main verb except the main verb to be. Okay. So here in the first sentence, frequency, adverb of frequency कौन सा है? Occasionally, right? So I occasionally visit my uncle. ये मतलब कभी कभार मैं occasionally, बहुत ही कम, occasionally visit my uncle. So here it comes before the main verb, in this case visit. Okay. So here it's coming in the middle position, right, where you as a speaker are indicating that आप uncle को visit करने की frequency कितनी है. So the reply is I occasionally visit my uncle. Second sentence, we have often seen him pass by the alley. Alley मतलब गली की बात कर रहा है ये, passage basically. So we have often obviously is the adverb of frequency here, comes before the main verb except the main verb to be. To be यहाँ पर seen him pass by the alley. They are seldom as I explained is कभी कभी, not very often, it's rarely. So they are seldom at the church, मतलब वो church पे बहुत कम ही आते हैं. So इन तीन sentences में जो है मैंने adverb of frequency को कहाँ पर use किया है? In the middle position, right? So that's generally the most common way of using the common way of using the adverbs of frequency is in the middle position. Now we'll look at some other, when it comes at the other positions. So I hope everyone's clear with the middle position. That's the most common way of using the adverb of frequency. Anyone has any doubt, please feel free to ask. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
This is Manju, sir.
Yeah.
Third one, sir, they are seldom at the church.
Yeah.
But sir, in the third sentence, there is no main verb.
वही लिखा है ना यहाँ पर, except the main verb to be.
Okay.
Are.
Yes. Helping verb, after helping verb.
Exactly. So वही लिखा है कि अगर यहाँ पर basically अगर verb है तो it will come before the verb except the main verb to be. अगर to be है तो फिर उसके बाद आएगा, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The preposition at the church. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's look at the second one. It says occasionally, sometimes, often, frequently, and usually can also go at the beginning or end of the sentence. So जैसे मैंने कहा कि mostly it comes in the middle of the sentence, but there are situations where it can go at the end or the beginning of the sentence as well. The first sentence is sometimes they visit him. So यहाँ पर, let's say sometimes, comma is very important. Always remember they visit him. यहाँ पर मैं किस चीज पर जोर दे रहा हूँ? What is it that I'm emphasizing on?
Sometimes, sir.
Sometimes, yes, absolutely. Sometimes is something that I'm emphasizing on कि उस चीज पर मैं जोर दे रहा हूँ कि sometimes they visit. So ये इस context में हो सकता है, like मैं दो जन के बीच conversation चल रहा है, बात चल रही है, किसी ने पूछा कि do they actually visit him? Do they visit him? So the person might reply, yeah, sometimes they visit him. Sometimes they visit him. So that's fine. You can use it at the beginning of the sentence when you are emphasizing on it. Now, the second sentence here, even if I say occasionally I miss him is fine. I miss him occasionally is also fine. Okay. So both the meanings stay the same. Probably if I use occasionally I miss him, I am emphasizing on the fact that, so the meaning kind of changes. Look at the sentence like this. Okay. I miss him occasionally. Speaker क्या कह रहा है यहाँ पर? What is the meaning of the sentence?
मैं उससे कभी-कभी मिलता हूँ.
मिलता नहीं हूँ, याद करता हूँ.
Okay.
मुझे उसकी कभी-कभी याद आती है. That's the meaning of the sentence. I miss him occasionally. Okay.
Okay. Miss. Sorry, sir.
Miss him. Yes, I miss him occasionally. Basically means that the person remembers someone. Okay, misses someone occasionally. So this particular sentence can probably said in a very casual manner. When again, example is when you're having a conversation your friend asks you, okay, maybe, you know, someone, ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, etc. You know, someone asks you, your friend asks you, do you miss him? I miss him occasionally. But when I say I miss him occasionally, I'm not emphasizing on the fact occasionally here, okay? So I'm just simply stating I miss him occasionally. मतलब बहुत ही कम बार, कभी कभी, ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत ज्यादा मिस करता हूं. तो यहाँ पर जोर देने की जरूरत नहीं है, because it's at infrequent intervals. It's not, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं उसे रेगुलरली या फ्रीक्वेंटली मिस करता हूं या करती हूं. It's occasionally. So I miss him occasionally. So in this sentence, I actually don't need to use the word at the beginning of the sentence. Why? Because there is no point in emphasizing on the word occasionally I miss him. गलत नहीं है अगर आप कहो कि occasionally I miss him. It's not incorrect. But logically, आप उस चीज पर जोर नहीं दोगे जिस चीज को आप ऑलरेडी बता रहे हो कि ये तो मैं बहुत ज्यादा रेगुलर नहीं है. This sentiment is not something that is, you know, that is very common. This is something that happens once in a while. So then it does not make sense to use the word occasionally at the beginning of the sentence. Guys, understand what my explanation is? You emphasize on something when that thing is of importance. Here you're already stating that I miss him occasionally. Basically means what? That you missing that person is not very regular. It's infrequent. It's not at regular intervals. So logically, do you need to emphasize on it? No, right? So that's why you use it at the end of the sentence. Clear? Everyone's clear about this? Anyone has any question?
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes.
जो वर्ड है उसका मूल जो मेन मीनिंग जो है वो यही है कि वो इतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं है, तो उसको आप सेंटेंस के स्टार्ट में लाकर उस पे एम्फसाइज करने का कुछ सेंस नहीं बनता है. इट डजंट मेक एनी सेंस. यस, इफ दिस सेंटेंस वाज आई मिस हिम, लेट्स से if the sentence was I miss him very often. Okay. I miss him very often. Okay. If this was the sentence, I could have probably said, very often I do miss him. Okay. Very often I do miss him. ये अगर मैं सेंटेंस कहूं तो इसका सेंस बनता है, बिकॉज यहां पर स्पीकर क्या कर रहा है, किस चीज पर हाईलाइट कर रहा है, वेरी ऑफन पर. सो मतलब बहुत बार. सो यहां पर इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसलिए आई मिस हिम वेरी ऑफन की जगह पर अगर आप कहे कि वेरी ऑफन आई डू मिस हिम, जोर देने के लिए एक तो वेरी ऑफन एंड देन डू. So that's when you can probably use it at the beginning of the sentence because it will make sense. Okay. Rarely and seldom can go at the end of the sentence. Often with very. Yeah, this is a very common sentence. Here we see them rarely, or she eats fish very seldom. Very seldom here in this case together is used as the adverb in this case. So seldom का मतलब ये है कि बहुत ही कभी-कभी, not very often. Okay. So you can use together she eats fish seldom or very seldom. Both are grammatically correct. But yes, the last thing is very important. We do not use adverbs of frequency adverbs of definite frequency at the beginning of a sentence. Why? Can someone tell me why is monthly I get paid and I get paid monthly correct, and why is the first one not right? Logically, why is it not right? First of all, it doesn't sound right. Monthly I get paid. What? Monthly you get paid what? Right? So why do you think is the first sentence is incorrect and the second one is right?
We are emphasizing on getting paid, not on monthly.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. What was your sentence?
We are emphasizing on getting paid, not on monthly. That's why.
No, but yeah, fair enough. But what if I were to ask you? What if I were to ask you? You know, that when do you get paid? I know that you already get paid, but I'm asking you because in India monthly is the common practice. But for people who work as freelancers, it's not very uncommon. To get fortnightly, like 15 दिन में एक बार पेमेंट आता है, या वीकली पेमेंट्स आर आल्सो नॉट अनकॉमन. In the West, obviously, you get paid weekly, right? So I know you get paid, but I'm asking you, do you get paid? When do you get paid? So then I'm emphasizing on the fact that it gets paid monthly. Logically, what is the difference, guys? Why is the first one incorrect? Anyone?
This first one is incorrect, sir, because he एकदम मतलब ना क्या इसे राउडली बोलते ना इंसान, मैं मंथली
No,
दूंगी
it's
तुझे.
not. नहीं, rudely भी नहीं है वो, rudely भी incorrect है वो grammatically.
Sir, it can every month I pay, but here is the every time I get paid monthly.
Okay.
Any determiners?
Sorry?
Determiner?
Determiner. Okay, give me an example.
My shirt is white color.
Okay.
Sir, पहले adverb नहीं use करते इसलिए.
Look at the sentence. When you say monthly I get paid, सबसे पहला सवाल आपको आएगा कि क्या, what do you get paid? Like for example, if I make this sentence, monthly, comma, I get paid 10,000 rupees. Now tell me, is this sentence correct? Monthly, I get paid, monthly, comma, I get paid 10,000 rupees. Is this sentence grammatically correct?
Right.
Right? Correct? Everyone on the same page? Anyone disagrees? Please tell me.
No, sir. I get paid monthly 10,000 rupees.
मैं वो नहीं पूछ रहा हूँ, मैं पूछ रहा हूँ मैं जो सेंटेंस बताया वो
No, sir,
ग्रामेटिकली
we are
करेक्ट है कि नहीं?
Grammatically correct, sir. We are using here comma.
You are emphasizing on the fact monthly I get paid what? 10,000 rupees. Your sentence is also fine. I get paid 10,000 rupees monthly. Okay, that's also fine. That is also grammatically correct. I get paid. The best way of saying this is I get paid 10,000 rupees monthly. It's correct. So the point here is the reason the first sentence is grammatically incorrect. Monthly I get paid what? Here you are talking about receiving payments monthly. So these are called definite frequency. Adverbs of definite frequency. Definite का मतलब क्या है? Fixed है वो. Fixed है. ये change नहीं होता है, right? ये change होएगा नहीं होगा ये change. ये अगर system monthly है तो monthly ही रहता है. Weekly payments का अगर structure है यूरोप में, US etc., then the system stays the same. So that's why it's called, this is a definite frequency. Daily, weekly, monthly. Like week, let's say for example, हम घर पे सामान मंगाते हैं, right? Or get milk, food items, etc. How do you make a payment? I make the payments monthly or I make the payments weekly. I clear the payments weekly. Okay. So basically उसका मतलब है कि हर एक हफ्ते के हिसाब से मैं वो पेमेंट क्लियर करता हूँ. So yes, grammatically your sentence should be I get paid 10,000 rupees monthly. However, as I mentioned, you're using a comma. Monthly I get paid 10,000 rupees is also grammatically correct. You are simply emphasizing on the fact that monthly I get paid 10,000 rupees. तो मैं जोर दे रहा हूँ monthly पर यहाँ पर. So then I can use it with the comma. Then it is fine. But as I mentioned, don't use it at the beginning of the sentence because the meaning might get a little, you might get a little confused. Always use at the end of the sentence. So I get paid monthly. इसका लॉजिकली यही मतलब होता है कि आपको कब पैसा मिलता है या कोई चीज जो होती है फ्रीक्वेंसी के हिसाब से कब होती है. या तो वो मंथली होती है, या तो वीकली होती है, या डेली होती है. सो क्या फ्रीक्वेंसी है उस चीज की होने की, ये सवाल है. इसलिए आपका आंसर जो है वो हमेशा उसके एंड में आएगा. द फ्रीक्वेंसी विल ऑलवेज कम एट द एंड ऑफ द सेंटेंस. ओके, सो आई होप एवरीवन's clear with the explanations, examples. Okay, we'll do one more class on this. If anyone has any doubts, if you want to just go through the topic and revise it again, we'll do that. But we've kind of covered it mostly. There's one thing that I want to discuss about degree. If we have time, we'll do that, or we'll do that tomorrow, because adverb of degree again is something that you can use at in the middle position or at the end position as well. Okay, so let's look at the exercise. Aryan, go ahead, read the next one. Complete the sentence.
Yes, sir.
क्वेश्चन है, स्टार्ट कीजिए. डू दे, एक साथ दिया ना, डू दे प्ले, रीड द सेंटेंस.
Do they play
Soccer.
Football every weekend?
Do they play soccer every weekend? Yeah, that's the question here. Yes, that's the question. Okay. So do they play soccer every weekend? क्या हर weekend पर वो football खेलते हैं? So do they play soccer every weekend? तो question mark नहीं दिया था, that's why you all got confused probably. But yeah, it's a question. Do they play soccer every weekend? Do they play एक साथ दिया है? That should be your hint that this is what it starts with, the auxiliary. Okay. Do they play soccer every weekend? Okay. Good. Thank you. Let's continue with Krishna. Go ahead. Read the next slide.
It did not perform well.
Krishna, sorry, your voice is not very clear. He did not.
Yes, sir. He did not perform well in the test. He did not
perform well
in the test.
Yeah, very good. He did not perform well in the test. Yeah, that's correct. It's correct. अच्छे marks नहीं आए. He did not perform well. Well is the adverb here in this case. Okay, good. Go ahead. Read the next one. Well was the adverb of manner in the previous sentence. Okay.
Sir, I have never been to the USA.
USA. I've never been to the USA. Yes, very good. I have never been to the USA. मैं कभी अमेरिका नहीं गया हूँ. I have never been to the USA. Never. Okay. Time here in this case. Okay. Good. Thank you. Let's continue. Dipali, go ahead. Read the next one.
Sir, first one, they usually listen to the music in the evening.
Usually listen to the music in the evening. It's perfect, grammatically correct sentence. So, here it comes before what? Before the verb in this case, listen. So they usually listen to music in the evening. Okay, good. Go ahead, read the next one.
First one, sir, I have never seen such a beautiful bunch of flowers.
I have never seen, I have never seen such a beautiful bunch of flowers. Yeah, very good. One. So a beautiful bunch. Bunches together. So one. Okay. Good. Thank you. The other Dipali, go ahead. Read the next one.
Second word, sir, we didn't really like the food. She is not great cook.
We didn't really like the food. She is not a great cook. Yeah. दीपाली यहाँ पर कौन सा एडवर्ब क्या है इसमें, इस सेंटेंस में?
Really, sir?
Yeah, very good. क्या टाइप है? What type of adverb is the word really?
Has like very.
Can I, sir?
We are not lame. We actually did not like the food.
मैं क्या पूछ रहा हूँ, आप सवाल क्या है मेरा, किस टाइप का? मैं एक्सप्लेनेशन की बात नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Guys, please focus on what I'm asking. I'm asking you a very simple question. Really आपने कहा एडवर्ब है, करेक्ट, वेरी गुड आंसर. किस टाइप का एडवर्ब है ये पूछा मैंने.
Sometimes, sir.
टाइप ऑफ एडवर्ब, दीपाली, व्हाट आई एम आस्किंग यू, प्लेस, मैनर, हमने अलग अलग टाइप के एडवर्ब्स डिस्कस किए. क्या टाइप है इस एडवर्ब का? व्हाट टाइप ऑफ एडवर्ब इज इट? दैट्स माय क्वेश्चन.
Manner, sir.
Manner. Okay, fair enough. Guys, anyone else?
Adverb of frequency.
डिग्री. फ्रीक्वेंसी कहां से हो गया विपुल? फ्रीक्वेंसी का मतलब क्या होता है? कितनी बार होता है. यहाँ पर क्या बताया गया है? कितना. So I really like him, I really like that place, I really have a strong feeling for this particular moment. So I didn't really like the food. मैं ये भी कह सकता हूँ I didn't like the food. That is also grammatically correct. लेकिन कितना मुझे खाना नहीं पसंद आया ये बताने के लिए मैंने क्या यूज किया है? really. So I didn't really like the food. She is not a great cook. So this is an adverb of degree. Yesterday we discussed this, guys. Please practice once we are done with the topic. So really, very quite usually go in the middle position. So यहाँ पर जैसे कहा, I didn't really like the food. I really like those flowers. However, okay, so the adverbs of degree like really, very, quite, these usually go in the middle position. Okay, I quite enjoyed the music quite a bit, or I quite enjoyed the music, or I very much, or I enjoyed the food very much. Okay, but sometimes there are other adverbs of degree like a lot and a bit that can go in the end position. Like for example, we go to Delhi a lot. We don't say a lot, we go to Delhi, right? So we go to Delhi a lot. So a bit, like for example, a bit. There are two that I'm using here. One is I've just like to change. I like to change things a bit. I like to change things a bit. मुझे कुछ चीजें बदलना पसंद है, थोड़ा थोड़ा करके, basically. So degree. So here these are the two which can be used in the end position, but really very quiet. They generally come in the middle position. There can be some instances where they go otherwise in another position, but generally these are the ones that come in the middle position. Okay, so really is an adverb of degree, not frequency or not manner. Okay, all right, go ahead, Dipali, read the next one.
Okay, sir. She spoke friendly.
She spoke in a
friend. She spoke in a friendly.
सही है ना? पूरा सेंटेंस एक साथ तो दिया है. She spoke in a friendly way. Clear है? Got it?
Yes, sir.
She spoke
in a friendly way.
Friendly obviously is the manner. किस तरह से बात किया? Friendly way. So that is the manner. Okay, good.
Okay.
Manju, go ahead. Read the next slide. Manju, you are on mute. I am unable to hear you. Disconnected. Ajmol, can you hear me? Ajmol, can you hear me? Yeah, Manju, go ahead. Read the next one. I think you're back. Guys, please respond. Are you there or no? I can see the names, but there's
hello,
no response.
Sir?
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, Ajmol,
Yes,
go
sir.
ahead.
Yes, right. Yeah. I have been to Australia just once.
Yeah, very good. I've been to Australia just once. I have been to Australia just once. Yeah, very good. एक ही बार में गया हूँ, so just once. Okay, good. Been to Australia just once. Very good. Go ahead. Read the next one.
Okay, sir. I bought an interesting book 2 weeks ago. I bought an interesting book 2 weeks ago, sir. First one is right.
Absolutely. 2 weeks ago here. You're talking about the time. 2 weeks ago. Okay, good.
Sorry, sir, for delayed response.
No, that's okay. No problem. No problem. That's okay. I was not sure whether you were here or it got disconnected. So that's fine. No problem. Yes, thank you. Let's continue with Karthik. Go ahead. Read the next one.
She usually arrives late.
Usually arrives late. Talking about the person comes late, usually arrives late. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. Here in this case, used usually as well as late here basically means after the expected time.
Sir, how to use lately?
Lately, same sentence. What is the sentence here? She usually arrives late. She has been coming. She has been attending. Okay, let's say she has been attending classes lately. Yeah. So let's say if she has been attending the classes lately. Okay. She's been attending the classes lately. Lately का मतलब होता है कि recently, not long ago. She hasn't, or let's say he hasn't been looking too well lately. मतलब वो कुछ time से he's not feeling well or he hasn't been looking well. So lately can be used when you want to say something that is not long ago but recently. अभी recent times में कुछ हो रहा है, then you can use lately. Okay, like in the past few days or in the past couple of weeks, or simply put in recent times. So when I say she's been attending the classes lately, मतलब पहले probably she was, she wasn't a regular, but now she's been attending, regularly. Okay.
Okay. It's
Go
also
ahead.
adverb, sir.
Sorry. Here it should be time. Go ahead. Read the next one.
Sir, my friends are mostly non-smokers.
Okay. Okay, just a minute. I will just confirm that.
So I think mostly is also degree, no, sir?
Yes, it's correct.